everyone. My name is Sarah Lorenzini, and I am excited to share my podcast with you. I just wanted to do a quick introduction so you know my background and my heart behind this podcast. So I will start at the beginning. I've always known I wanted to care for the sick. God definitely wired me for it. I don't get grossed out easily. I take great joy in helping others, and I love learning, and nursing just seemed like the right fit. I actually went to nursing school with the intention of becoming a nurse midwife. The idea of catching babies just seemed so awesome. But I took a job as a nurse tech in the ER while in nursing school, and I absolutely fell in love with caring for people in crisis. For me, it's an honor and a privilege to care for patients and their families on the worst day of their life. So, thanks to dual enrollment in high school, at the ripe old age of 19, I started as a brand new grad in the ER. Within a year, I was precepting, and soon after that, I became the charge nurse. I don't know what they were thinking. A 20-year-old charge nurse? It was kind of the joke of the unit that I was in charge and I couldn't even drink alcohol legally yet. Since then, I've worked in the cardiac ICU. I was on a rapid response team at a big teaching hospital. I got my master's degree in nursing education, and I taught as a nursing professor and as the ER nurse educator for 5 years. And now I am back at the bedside as a rapid response nurse, and I am loving it. After every rapid response call, once we've stabilized the patient, I try to go back and debrief with the primary nurse that made the call, along with the team to give kudos, allow space for questions or concerns, and make the most of any learning opportunities that may have arose from the situation. But y'all, nurses are busy, and they have other patients that need their attention, so as much as I love teaching, I have to keep it brief. I decided to do this podcast because there is so much that can be learned from these worst-case scenarios, and there isn't always time to go into detail in the middle of a busy shift as a nurse. So my plan is that every episode I'll be sharing a real story of a call that I went on, HIPAA appropriate, of course, and then break down what's the nurse's role when patients develop these conditions, the pathophysiology and assessment findings, and what the immediate interventions are to promote the best outcome for the patient. Stories bring learning to life. It is way easier to learn from and remember the stories that my colleagues and mentors have told me more than anything that I've read in a textbook. And so my hope is that you'll hear these real-life stories, set the patient's presentation to memory, and when you encounter the same signs and symptoms in your patient, you will recognize it and know what to do to save your patient's life. So welcome to the Rapid Response RN podcast.